Yeah, that's definitely making it in the cut, bro.
Bro, they love that move. Is like,
Why did he like that move, bro?
Oh, and the eyes are rolling back. I'm like, yo, is everything all right? Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, man. Oh, listen, we are back with another episode of Chats with Izzy, and I am with my boy Josh. Joshua, bro. Come on, it's good to have you, man.
I'm happy to be here, man, with the man Izzy himself.
Listen, come on. Hey, I'm just looking at the camera just to make sure we look the same height.
Okay.
For those that don't know, we look the same height, right, on camera. I'm just looking now. But this guy is a legit giant, bro. He makes me look like a little child. I'm quite tall. I'm quite big.
You're tall, man. You are tall. You're tall.
I'm all right.
I'm just like abnormally tall. You are tall. Like, that's right.
Listen, when he walked through the door, I said, what? Literally, I was literally like this, bro. Like, I couldn't believe it. No, I was not expecting it. I wasn't expecting you to be that tall, bro. Do you get that a lot? You do get that a lot.
I do get a lot, to be fair. I do. I think it's funny because sometimes when I work, I have like my screen. So like on Microsoft Teams or something like that, I'm just looking at my screen. And then when they see me in person, they're like, what?
Literally.
I did not know you were this tall from your screen. Like, how am I supposed to show you I'm tall on my screen? Like, I can't like stand up. But
this is the thing. I've seen your videos like on Instagram and that.
Yeah.
And you look like average height. It didn't clock to me that you're that tall. Do you know what I'm saying? This is...
We're there.
But you know what? It makes me think because Anthony Joshua,
Yeah.
he's the same height as you, innit?
Yeah.
And I think, what's his name? Haaland. He's quite tall as well.
Yeah, Haaland is tall.
He's, what, is he,
I think
6'5",
he's like
6'6"? Or is he taller than you?
6'5". No, I think he's shorter than me. I think he's like 6'5".
He's shorter than you.
I
That's
think,
still
but
though.
just
still.
a bit, just a bit.
But listen, like, imagine that as a footballer, bro. Because you don't see, like, for those that watch football anyway, like, when you see him, like, the way that he bullies people, like, it makes sense. Like, because now I can relate. If I'm looking at you, it's like, it makes sense. Like, imagine how he runs. He's a
force,
he's a big boy.
He's a force. And I think as well, footballers as well, it's like, even though they don't look big, if you go one-on-one with a footballer, and you know, with the shoulder barge, because of their balance, their core, they will fling you. They will brush, and you go flying, because that's like how they're designed in a certain way. Yeah, man. Big
That's crazy.
Even though I don't support City, but yeah.
Who do you support? I didn't ask you.
I support Man United.
There's too many Man United fans coming through this podcast, bro. I don't like it.
Well, I would say we're the best. Well, we're the best, hypothetically. Hypothetically.
Yeah, not in reality, for sure.
Yeah, we're coming back, man. We're coming back. Klopp's leaving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pep is soon to leave, and then we're coming back.
Then we'll see what...
we're coming back.
Hey, don't neglect Arsenal, you know.
Yeah,
listen, don't neglect us. We'll do nothing this year.
We'll see.
Did you ever play football, by the way? I know you said you played basketball, but you played football, yeah?
Yeah, to be fair, I actually liked football more than basketball.
Is it?
Even though I was like tall and...
Where'd you
like,
play? Centre back or something?
You know what's... Okay, bit of a short story. When I was in year 7, the PE teacher like lumped me in at centre back, even though I knew I had like upfront skills and a skill set. So from year 7 to year 9, I was playing centre back and I hated it. Our team was losing all the time. And in year 10, we got a new teacher to kind of lead our football team.
Right.
And then we had trials and I played like I think on the left wing and up front. So you started putting me on the left wing. Bruv, situation switch up.
Switch up
on that left wing, cutting in, banging in goals. Our team was doing a lot better. But so I played left wing.
Fair.
Left wing go up front. So.
But you're right-footed.
Right-footed, yeah.
You cut in.
I was cutting in.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Doing my thing, yeah. How about you? Did you play sports?
I did. Haven't played in a while, bro. Not gonna lie. I did like football for a moment.
Okay.
For a little while, to be fair.
Nice.
I was decent, centre forward.
Okay, dope.
Then kind of switched to rugby, bro. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so second row there.
Nice.
And then dabbled in boxing, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But I would like to pick something back up.
Okay.
It's just struggling with time
right
now. I don't know if it's an excuse, but like I am struggling with it, and
It's
I think
real.
even in terms of like weightlifting, bro, I used to be a gym rat. I used to love it. Yeah, I used to love it, man. But I'm struggling with the consistency. Like I do want to get back into it, so I do want to be one of them ones that are going consistently. I think it is important as well as a Christian, as a believer. I did a reel.
100%.
I did a reel about it recently where we're saying about we are the temple of the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
And I know that context that
yes,
that the scripture was saying was in terms of like sexual impurity and immorality and stuff like that. But I also have taken it beyond that in terms of even your lifestyle, what you eat, how
100%.
Because it is a temple. Like obviously
100%.
you want to keep yourself pure, but in terms of other aspects of your life, because you are doing different things throughout your life.
Man.
You need to still be intentional. So that's how I've taken it. So I'm trying to work on that this year.
Yeah.
Just to be like, let me be intentional in all areas of my life and just remember that, my body's a temple. I need to take care of it. So.
I take it the same. I take that scripture kind of the same as well. And also like it's a temple, like it was like adorned and like it's the house of the Lord. And it's like, okay, this is the house of the Lord. Like, you're going to treat it well. Like you're going to try and keep it in its best shape and its best function. Yeah. So I take it similar, man. I think it's important, man. And I'm not trying to send no shots. I'm not going to send no shots. But there are some pastors out there who...
Yeah, no, it's true though. It's true.
There are some pastors out there, and if I'm completely honest, and if we're being completely honest, it talks about gluttony in the Bible, and it's next to a whole row of other ones that we tend to focus on a bit more, but gluttony is there in the mix.
Yeah.
And I think as well, it's like when people are leaned a certain way, I think it also points to their self-control and their ability to like kind of bring their body under control. If it's like...
No, it's true. We're saying it kind of jokingly, but it's true.
It's really true, bro.
Self-control is a big thing. It's spoken about in the Bible. It's one of the fruit of the Spirit. Yeah, so... self-control applies for so many things.
Yes.
Yes, how you eat, what you eat, but other areas of your life as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but no, it can't be neglected. So
it cannot be.
You have fired some shots, but it's the truth.
It's the truth, bro. It's the shots are valid. Wear it, man. Like, speaking of wedding love, you know what I'm saying? So but no, I agree. I try to go to the gym regularly. I'm currently fasting, so I've kind of paused on it a bit. But right. Trying to get to the gym and work out. And just be strong, man, and kind of be mobile. Like, I never want to, where we're from, like, Africa, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So you got the Mani accent, though.
Even though I got the Mani accent, obviously, like, my roots, the motherland.
the mother. I'm going to start saying it like that as well, you know,
the motherland. My roots.
Do I sound posh to you?
No, not really. No.
Okay, really. Cool.
You actually sound more normal to me than like,
is it?
Kind of like where I'm based now, like a London kind of thing. Like I'm kind of your accent's completely calm. It's completely calm. Like,
do you miss the Mani accent though? Do you miss the people like speaking from Mane? I don't know even what that accent is, but
Mane.
Is that how they say it?
Yeah, Mane. From Mane. Do I miss it? No, and the reason why is because I lived like the full time I was supposed to be there. Like I really lived Manchester, like I was there, and like when I go back and people are like, oh, would you ever move back? It's like, no, because I've almost like, I say to people, I've almost like completed it in a sense. Not to say like there's nothing more I could do, but it's like I grew up there, I stayed there for uni, I lived after uni for a bit. I was like, nah, I need to be in like a new space. So I don't miss it in that. I've still got people there that I love. I still reach out, we still speak to them every now and then.
That's good, man.
But yeah, I'm here in London, man. I'm here, well, just outside now.
Just outside. Practically London, though.
Practically London,
bro,
yeah.
Every time
it's not here.
It's not here.
Here is...
We're in the village.
Here is not London. Where I'm at, I come black London. Here is not London.
Yeah, we're village people them here, bro.
I hear it.
But I like it. I'm proud of it, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Rep your ends, man. Rep your ends. Rep your ends.
I like it here, man. I like it here. There's space. Dope. I can breathe. I can see the greenery, bro.
Dope.
Is there greenery down your end?
There is, you know.
Yeah?
There's a couple green bits. But it's there is. It's maybe not like this.
Right.
But this is like peace.
Peaceful,
where I'm at is peaceful. But this is like peace
right.
Kind of thing. So yeah, I respect it.
Fair play, man. You know what? I've got a few questions, but I do want to break this one because I've been meaning to do it for a lot of people that come through on the podcast. Yeah. So I'm gonna be intentional and really try and ask this one because I actually genuinely wanna know what people's thoughts are on this. I did a YouTube video ages ago. Okay. It's on private now, so no one can see it. But I did a little thing where I was going to people and saying this question, and I'm gonna pose it to you.
Let's do it.
So, if you could have dinner with 3 people in the Bible, excluding Jesus, because obviously Jesus is an obvious one. I think everyone would choose Jesus, I hope. So let's exclude him for this question, respectfully. If you could have 3 people in the Bible for dinner, like if you was hosting it, who would it be and why?
Okay. Who would it be?
Who would it be and why? 3 people only, yeah?
So I think the first person would be Paul.
Okay.
Reason being because of how much of the New Testament he wrote.
Yeah.
And just to kind of get his view on certain things. So there's certain bits and bobs that are like kind of challenges today, like women like not preaching and not speaking up in church, and then just other things. I think it'd just be a good conversation to kind of just hear. So we've got his letters, but to kind of hear it from like, sorry, say the horse's mouth, and just hear his view and so forth. Like, what was the thorn in the flesh? Like, he said that a man was raised up to the third heaven. Was that you? Like, I would just write all the questions that people have wanted to know. I wanted to know. I was like, okay, cool, let's have dinner. And then mid-dinner, I just slap it on him. Like, cool, these are the questions. I need answers, my guy. So definitely Paul would be one.
Fair.
I think David would probably be one.
Why?
David would be one. I think just because, like, he was so passionate. He seemed like a passionate person. And we see in the Psalms, like, he was, like, passionate in his love with God and his intimacy with God.
Yeah.
And I just like to, like, explore that. It's interesting because I was watching a show the other day, a show called Reacher.
Yeah.
So
Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher, yeah. So it's on Amazon Prime, innit?
You know the guy's a Christian.
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah,
bro, I was really caught off guard when I just stumbled across a video of his on YouTube. So I'll let you get back. Cool. But he's like who he is as a person. Mm-hmm.
It's different than comedian.
Wow, so different. I said, wow, this guy, because when you watch it, it's like you don't expect it.
Tapped in, like he's ready to go.
He's like I've heard he's just a very nice guy.
Yeah,
but anyway, I'll let you carry on. But yeah, he was watching.
I'm watching that show, and I think I just started it. And my wife's always like, "Oh, you have a certain type of show that you watch. Is someone trying to save the world? He's investigating this and so forth." And I didn't think I did, but then after she said that, I watched all the shows that I watched. I'm like, yeah, she maybe has a point. At the start, he was like fighting someone, and then he just like. I don't know, just some elbow move, and he just beat someone up and dropped. I was like, rah, like, I kind of respect like a man of violence in a sense, but not in like a needless sense, in like a bit of a righteous sense, in like a like I'm after the truth kind of thing, so forth. And David was that, like he was out and like going to war, like as Lord called him to. Like he had a slingshot and stones, and he swung a slingshot, lit Goliath in his head, got his own sword. And chopped his head off. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to talk about that bit. We talk about the split. Oh, Goliath fell. No, we're going to grip his sword, chopped his head off, lifted the Israelites, went through.
Crazy.
And he led them in so many battles, slaying his giants, all this sort of stuff. So I think it'd be a great conversation just to see his mindset and so forth. Because like this was like someone who the Lord held in a real esteem, like he's after his heart, like. But he did all these things. I just like have that conversation and see.
Do you know what?
How it's like.
I get what you're saying because I would want to know as well, like his mindset when he was younger. Because remember, like the story where the prophet Samuel, I believe, went to Jesse's house.
Yeah,
and Jesse called. All his sons,
bro.
If you read the story, he called all his sons, but actually left David. Like
David out.
He didn't rate him like that. So
didn't rate him.
Was it like because he was the youngest, or was it because he was too small, or was it because when he's talking about someone who's going to be leading the country, the brothers were of the right age?
They looked like this is the guy to be the leader.
Exactly. So I would want to know, like, kind of like there's more context behind that and just his thought process in terms of his confidence, because was it just because he spent so much time in the fields looking after sheep and maybe that's where his do you know what I mean? Because like he had brothers, surely they may how was he so like called apart? Like how was he so set apart from the rest of them to have that mentality to then when he goes to war, when everyone is backing off against Goliath, he's like, I'll do it. Because you're so confident in his God.
In his God and who God's called him to be.
How did that happen? Was he naturally inclined, or was it it something that he developed? Do you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, and the funny thing is, like, I ain't gonna preach.
Preacher.
But I think what's coming into my head now is like isolation. So it's isolation. So he was isolated, innit? So it's like, let's say the brothers all spending time together. Sometimes it can be like a bit of a group mind thing because he was isolated. And sometimes the Lord will isolate you. Sometimes the Lord will set you apart to work on your mind. But no, like, the word because it's isolation. It's like literally like away from everyone else, and he's rescuing his sheep from the lion and the bear, and he's seeing like, oh, God does this for me, like he's spending that time. And it's funny because like in his separation, like Jesse actively separating himself, he might have had a bit of a black sheep mentality and so forth. Like God like worked in it and used it to, like, as you say, like form his mind, form his things. So like when Goliath came, he's like, what? Who's my, like, what?
Who's this man? Who's
my guy? You know what I'm saying? Where his brothers were just like, everyone was like, oh my God. It's like, I'm in the field slewing these lions, bears. Goliath ain't nothing. So he came in the same mentality, left off Saul's armor, same mentality, got the slingshot and say, I'm going to do what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's a word, because when you go out into the field and the Lord calls you up, you're going to do what you've been doing in the private. Listen, and then you're just going to do it in public.
If I hear this sermon somewhere online, put me on the creds,
Copyright strike. But it's a deep one, but I think it's real, man. Like separation, like consecration, and the Lord working on your mind, and then when the time comes, you're just ready to do it. So that's David. The final one I'll pick is going to be a bit of a left swing one. I could pick loads of people I could pick, but the one person I want to pick is Melchizedek.
I've not heard this one. I haven't heard this one from all the other videos I've done.
Let me set myself apart here. Melchizedek.
I'm intrigued.
And the reason why Melchizedek, I want to ask him, who were you? Because we got all these things like, oh, it was Jesus, it was this.
You're going to do a Conor McGregor.
Like, bro, I'm like, yo, who are you, my guy? Who really were you? You just randomly appear, and then you take the offering, bless him, and we don't see you again. Who were you, the king of... Bruv, you come here, man.
Bro,
let's
if I can
eat.
find the Conor McGregor clip. Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
I ask him like, yo, who are you? Like, what's really good? Why are you just this royal, just appearing out of nowhere? So I picked Melchizedek. Paul, David, Melchizedek. My time Melchizedek will probably be short, but I just like,
but they'll be all together.
So then.
So do you think they'll vibe with everyone?
I think Paul would probably ask him as well, because Paul would have been aware. Paul would be like, listen, answer him. Like who? But Paul might have had a revelation already and understood it, so I'll be on my own. But man, that's it. I pick.
I think that's a good 3, and your explanations are interesting. I actually like that. I like that.
Appreciate it, man. The next one, you got to come up with something left. Don't just pick the standard guys.
Make it spicy. Make it spicy. Actually, I'm going to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
What would you make?
What would I make?
Food-wise. Can you cook? You can't cook, can you?
Depends who you ask. Because I feel like, personally, I've got like a cook spirit within me. I just don't exercise it enough.
Right.
Because I'm like my wife cooks, and I'm just like, I'll just eat it, and she cooks really well, so I'm enjoying.
Big up wifey.
But if I come on. But if I like focus and like lock in, I can. So maybe but I love like East Asian flavors.
Is it?
So like Chinese food, Vietnamese food. I love it. I absolutely love it. But obviously, like the roots, so I'd have to go back to roots. Maybe some pounded yam, some Ferrero, some goosey.
Can you imagine?
I have to and I tell him, listen, no forks or spoons, my guy. Use your hands. Scoop that, dip, and swallow. So that's what I tell you, man. Use your hands.
You show them the technique.
Get in the bowl of water. Sprinkle your hands. And then we start chatting. So that's how I do, man. Pounded yam, a goosey Ferrero. We're there. We're there.
Okay. I like that answer, man. Okay, so we've said this, so we've actually forgotten. We're like, how many minutes in? We're Can you believe we're 20 minutes in?
Oh my Lord.
We're 20 minutes in and I haven't even introduced you, blood. No, but that's good. That's a good vibe, though.
It's good. It's good. We're there because we were speaking beforehand. It's just carrying on, basically. Okay. All right, we're there.
20 minutes in, but it's good. All right, cool. So, who is Josh, bro? Come on, and talk about your artist name, all of that. I mean, I'm gonna be asking a few more questions, but just a top line. Who is Josh?
Who is Josh?
Who's Josh? Man?
So
Joshua.
I'm a believer.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
I try to live every day and surrender and submit to Him and surrender more and more daily.
I love that.
Pin my flesh to that cross, carry my cross and walk it.
Come on.
I'm a husband. So my wife, we've been married for 1 year and 5 months now.
Come on. Congrats.
So that's all good. I am a brother. So I've got older brother and 2 sisters, 1 older sister and 1 younger sister.
Nice.
Nigerian.
1 older, 1 younger.
Yeah,
You're
1
the middle
older
child.
sister. Yeah. I relate to David.
They say the middle child is always higgy hagger, bro. Is that true? I'm the last born.
In my youth, potentially, yeah. In my youth, potentially, when I was younger, like, I was the one that got smacked the most. Definitely, yeah, definitely. I was just curious, innit? Bro. I was the most curious. Like, there was something in me. Like, my dad would say, "Listen," he would look me now and say, "Listen, do not move this pot off the stove. Yeah, I'm gonna come back. Do not move it off the stove." And you go out, and everything in me will be like, "Move that pot. You'll move that pot." And you come back, and the pot will be moved. Slap. Game over. So it's like, yeah. That when I was younger, I was but the kind of, I won't say the beat out of me, but I just kind of matured a bit in it.
Right.
So yeah, so my brother. What I live in Greenhouse, which is it's near London, but I'm happy to say now it's just outside of London. My wife moved there, as I said, like 1 year and 5 months ago. I'm a musician, so I rap and I produce, or rap/MC.
Is it?
And I produce, yeah.
Like hosting things.
Oh no, like
MC is MC, right. Okay.
I denote a difference because it is technically different skills.
Right.
But yeah, so MC.
Does the African came in?
Oh yeah. Nah,
that's what the African they say MC as the host.
Yes, as in the host, isn't it? Yeah, mic controller. But just a bit of a different type of mic controller. Yeah. I'm also a team leader. Team leader at my church, basically. Like, I'm one of the leaders at my church.
Nice.
In this new hub that we've planted in South London.
Nice.
I am also a project manager, program controls manager. So that's what I do in my day-to-day. I think that, kind of gives you like a full picture of what I do and where I'm at now. So, yeah. That's
good, man. You were saying about the music. We'll touch upon the music thing because I'm intrigued by it. Obviously, I've listened to some of your stuff. Why rap? You say you rap, yeah? Mm-hmm. Why? How did you get into that?
Rap. So when I was younger, my brother is a musician. He's a very, very talented musician, actually. Big up Dalet. He produced a lot of some of my recent tracks as well. Talented musician, talented producer. Yeah, he's cool. Overall just cold. So he'd be making music on something called Fruity Loops.
Yeah,
so
FL Studio.
FL Studio now.
Yeah.
And previously Fruity Loops, and he had like a little crew that they were in. And I think maybe I took the kind of lenience from that and kind of got it my own, the software. And I was just making beats. So initially I was just making beats.
Right.
I'm just a music.
How old were you at this point?
It's like high school time. So like maybe 12, 13, 14, I had my own computer.
Okay.
So I was just like, making beats. But I just loved music. So especially like UK music. So like funky house, grime, garage. Like I was the sort of person who just watched Channel U. Channel 8. I was just sat watching Channel U.
I remember Channel
U. Just consuming it. Like, wow, all these guys, Ed Dubs, Chipmunk. I couldn't get enough. So and also just collecting music. I DJ'd for a bit. Just collecting music and so forth. So yeah, and then producing it. And then it got to like college time. And I always kind of knew I could rap. I knew I could like write lyrics. It was like one of my friends was like, let's do something for the talent show. So we actually covered
at school,
at college,
okay.
So we actually covered Ed Sheeran, "You Need Me, Man, I Don't Need You." So he played guitar and he sang. He was actually one of my best men. So Maurice already is my guy. Shout out Belade. So he played guitar and I made a rap for it. And we performed it and people loved it, and then we kind of just carried on doing it. And then it became more of like a calling thing after left college, and it's like, yeah, I believe the Lord kind of gave me a bit of a vision around it and what He wanted me to do in terms of being on the microphone, speaking, rapping, performing, and just kicked off from there, bro. So,
Fair play.
yeah.
Look at me being unprofessional and getting my phone out, but I want to read something. And my voice, you know what? Since I've started this podcast, my voice has been giving me issues, bro.
Really?
Yeah, like I think if you watch or listen to nearly every podcast, you always see me like moving my head and just doing that. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on.
You need that lemon and ginger,
Maybe.
my guy.
The thing is, I don't like hot drinks.
You don't like hot drinks?
Oh, I hate hot drinks.
Are you serious?
Bro, the colder the weather, the colder the drink. For me. I just don't like it.
Okay. So, like hot chocolate, you don't like it? Like you never had Milo when you was...
I don't think I've ever had Milo.
Okay.
I did have a hot chocolate today, but it's just because there wasn't anything else. But it's not like
you don't go for it. Like,
it's just there.
It's not like I was enjoying it. I just had to drink it, so I just got it down. Okay, I
like the cold beverage.
Okay,
but I wanted to read this.
Yeah.
This is something that you mentioned in one of your videos or one of your reels.
Yeah.
And I know it's linked to one of the songs that you did.
Yeah.
So I guess it's going to be a two-part question.
Yeah.
Being part of the culture but not being part of it. That's something that you said, and I just wanted to dig into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Why I want to dig into that is because obviously some of the stuff that you've done is drill, right? You've done like drill type beats or songs or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But I want you to expand on it because I think what you said was quite profound, but I just want to dig into it a little bit more. And to be honest, you're probably the best person to ask in terms of even the whole thing about drill, because I've never understood it.
Okay.
Like, I just don't know how. I just woke up one day and it was there.
It was popping, yeah.
So it's like, you probably, like, for someone that is or has done like a drill type song, you must know a little bit what the background is. And you think there's a space for that in the Christian scene? So let's go into that.
Let's delve in. And I'll just stay off rip.
Podcasters love that word.
I'm not. Yeah, let's explore. Let's expound. And I will say off rip, I'm not the Wikipedia for this.
Yes.
So if you check out some of my facts, it might be a bit
shaky.
But I will share shaky warrior. There might be a bit, but I'll share from what I know in it.
Right.
So start with Christian drill, and then we'll go to being like part of the culture, but not being part of it. So drill, I think we've been on before. Drill, kind of where it's birthed, kind of, from what I believe, Chicago drill. And yes, the beats were the beats, but a lot of it was about what you're talking about.
Right.
Which is kind of like talking about like the get back, kind of getting on your opposition, on your enemy, what you're going to do to them. You're going to run them down, and you're going to descriptively put an end to their life, shall we say. How colourfully can I say I'm going to end this person's life? That was the aim, right?
No, you know what? Interesting. Because I just thought Chicago was known for their pizza. Not gonna lie.
That's one thing they're known for as well.
But also, okay.
So that's where it was originated, from my understanding. Then it went from there to like, it didn't go from there, but as Londoners were consuming it, they started to make something similar, taking in their own influences and so forth. And then UK drill was kind of born.
Right.
And then I believe it went from there to New York.
Right.
And then New York, especially like the Pop Smoke kind of.
That's how.
Yeah, that's probably your introduction. Maybe welcome to.
Sorry.
Maybe welcome to the board.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, like that was where it came from, I believe, and I know he quotes some inspirations as like a Skepta and so forth.
It's
and
interesting, right?
And then I believe it kind of came back to the UK. However, a lot of the drill, and there's actually a prominent producer, someone called M1 on the Beat. He's like a prominent like UK drill producer.
Right.
He was saying like drill is not just the beat. Drill is also what you're talking about. It's like you're getting, as I said, getting a man down. How descriptively and colourfully can I say, I'm going to find you and I'm going to try and put an end to that, etc.
It has got a very aggressive tone to it. Like, you just feel...
It's dark. Let's be honest.
You just feel like when you listen to it, it's just like you have that, which is interesting, but also like kind of scary.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Because I think with other genres, we kind of side pass it a little bit, because let's say like a romantic song or whatever, or, you know, it can get you in your feels, or, you know, when you're just feeling a little bit down, you're like, a lot of people maybe jump on the Adele kind of vibe or something.
Oh yeah.
But you start to see how music is very influential in terms of your emotions, man, and how you think and how 100%. So drill was an eye opener for a lot of people, especially myself, in terms of like, you do get this energy, and I guess you can see it with maybe how these young kids, people at school and stuff, like, when they listen to this kind of drill music, how that is so influential in what's going. Yeah. And this is why, like, I was intrigued in terms of now Christian drill, because you touched upon like how colourfully you're gonna da.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because I'm thinking, you know what I mean, devil's our enemy in that.
But that's the thing though, like a lot of Christian drill is about like getting down demons. So like, when I see this demon, I'm gonna shing swung and I'm gonna get demons down and kill demons, and demons coming from my so like it's the same thing, but it's just like talking to like demons, or like I'm killing my flesh, I'm crucifying my like, it's the similar thing. Right. It's just, again, and that's what kind of almost denotes it as drill. Like part of content wise is like, yo, like, it's how am I gonna call it? It's just that it's kind of switched from real people to like the Satan and his kingdom and principalities, and yeah, I think that's kind of how it switched. I think for me, in terms of my kind of style of what I kind of put, is I kind of took what I do, which is kind of birthed in grime, and then laced it over sounds of the time. So like kind of like the drill drum pattern, that kind of bounce and so forth, and kind of tried to find a thing that felt very much like me, but also felt very fresh, and very current. And that's how like a lot of my latest releases were formed and like founded, because the thing is as well, it's like with sonics and like drum patterns and stuff like that.
What's sonics for the
sonics is just like sounds and just just how sounds are formed, the melodies, no sort of thing. I believe that our ears get tuned, so they get tuned to different things. So I think with the drill drum pattern, that kind of when it started out, it was obviously as niche as underground and so forth. And I think I was saying this before, I was like, they sped it up to around like 140 BPM, around that. And that's the BPM for grime. So grime was like the prominent underground sound music in the UK for a long while. And kind of like has this bit of a wave thing where it comes in, it's really big, and then it fades out, and then it kind of comes back in. And then drill kind of come to that tempo, and then it just started to just resonate like with just loads of people kind of just like kind of cut through into the mainstream. And it was like, for me, I kind of got, okay, cool, the time is now to kind of, if you were gonna not really jump on the sound but adapt it, because I feel like people's ears are now tuned to that, and they're almost tuned out of other patterns. They're like they're sitting in that pattern, and that's what's like the norm to them now, kind of thing. So that kind of was part of my decision to kind of make that sound and jump on that kind of style. If you bring it back to your question in terms of being part of the culture but not being part of it, ultimately it's just about just recognizing that like we have been formed by this culture. So, well, I can say for myself anyway, like as I said, I grew up like watching Channel U and all these other things, and just like we look at certain rappers or MCs and we look at their skill set and we're like, yo, that's good. Like, this guy can rhyme really well. Like, he's very clever in what he says, like his melodies and his style of songs and the hooks and all these sorts of things and the visuals. Like, we've been formed by it, you know what I'm saying? So in a sense, I'm part of it, but I'm also not part of it, because when I make my music, I don't even want to, but also like under lordship, I can't say the exact same things you can say. You know what I'm saying? I can't say how I'm going to colourfully end someone's life. Like, even though I wouldn't want to, but of course, if it's leaned towards success, like a lot of these people will just say like the most crazy thing. Like some of these drill guys, they'll literally do crimes and rap about the exact crimes and give locations, names, dates. Police are listening to it like, yep, lock him up. testify, like literally, like it's happening as we speak.
That's crazy.
So it's like, yeah, like I wouldn't do that, because under my lordship, like that's not what the vibe is, kind of thing. But I also recognize like I'm I'm inspired by some of these sounds and sonics. I'm part of it. Like, it's how I'm formed. Like, my tastes have been formed by what I've been consuming. But at the same time, like, I'm called to set apart, like, to be a light, like, to be salt in the earth.
That's it.
So it's like kind of like you're part of the culture, but you're not part of the culture.
Right.
And I think I said after that, still making it rain, but I let the pen fly, aim, soak 'em. And it's basically like
and where did you get that from? That's from your song, innit?
That's from my song, yeah. That's the second lyric.
Plug yourself in, bro. Come on.
That's the second lyric. Obviously, part of the culture out now. Joshui, Joshui music on Joshui gram on Instagram. But basically, it's like making it rain is like kind of a thing in the culture in terms of like sometimes there's multiple meanings to it, but let's say for example it's like when you spray and when you shoot a gun and so forth, you let bullets, it's like you're making it rain kind of a position, but at the same time like still making it rain, but I let the pen fly, aim, soak 'em. It's like as opposed to like the guns or bullets, it's like the pen, like my writing, like my words, and I'm shooting that out metaphorically, like the message. Like after that I kind of talk about like
that's deep though. I like that because even in the scripture it says death and life is in the power of the tongue.
For real?
Do you know what I'm saying?
So easy.
Come on, don't get me started. It's my turn now.
Go on.
No, but for real, like I think we need to. I know it's a scripture that a lot of people know.
Yeah.
But it's one of them ones that we need to, I would say, remind ourselves, and probably even daily, because it's so easy for us to just say this or say that. But I think what you're saying there, like, let your words be the bullets, bro, because you can speak into the atmosphere. We've got authority to do that as believers.
Real?
Do you know what I mean? So
bro.
the way, like, I mean, you can do it just by speaking, but you could do it via song. And I think that's what's great about Christian music. If we do it right, you know, there's a responsibility, bro. If you've got the talent to do that, and you can deliver a message that people can vibe to, and then they can speak it as well.
Yeah,
bro. You're
basically you're getting it.
The enemy's camp's doing it. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're getting it, basically. You're getting it, and that's and that's the kind of like the aim for the music. Cause after that, I kind of say like, so them man there. True say we don't know them. Always talking about Leng. Leng means gun. Rolling with Skeng. We had to outgrow them. So it's like we had to outgrow people. They're always talking about that. And we're just talking about how he lived this life. You only get one, don't get twice. Yeah. You got to value it, treat it right, find purpose, find meaning, find fight. And it's just like, just a messaging in terms of just hope. Like, that's like, again, it's part of the culture. It's sonically akin to what they might hear already. It's like they're listening to what's tuned. It's in the mix, but it's not part of it because it's also not speaking about kind of certain things, but I'm praying and aiming it to be of a certain quality that you can consume it and be like, you know what, this is still hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's maybe not saying exactly the same thing, but it's still hard. And I'm like, okay, I hear what you're saying. Like, okay, da-da-da-da-da. So that was kind of like the heart and intent behind that. And to be fair, behind a lot of what I do.
I love that, man. I actually really like that. I think as believers, we've got to be strategic. We've got to be shrewd. I'm not going to say the scripture, but it does say something about being...
Yeah. My wife loves that scripture, by the way.
Yeah, because we have to be. Because, like, as you said, if a lot of the people in this generation or where we live are inclined to this type of music, if you then start doing a different type of song, they're not going to be...
they ain't listening.
They're not going to listen to that. But if they're already inclined to a type of beat or type of genre, and they're like, "Raw, this is, bro." For me, it's all about sowing a seed, bro.
Yeah, 100.
No matter, and this is what I think. That's what we have in common is, even though you do music, I do skits and all that. People may laugh at my videos and this and that, and
they are very funny. Actually. I did watch them downstairs and I was cracking up.
But the point is, like, there's a message behind it, and it's sowing a seed. Even if they don't clock like 90% of that video, there may be 5%, 10% that they clock. That, for me, I think we've done our thing by being 100%. Representatives of Christ and sown a seed, and I think it's quite important.
Put them on that journey, kind of like 100%. Sometimes the evangelistic efforts that we do, it's not always going to lead to, in that moment, listen, say the sinner's prayer. Sometimes it's like a seed. Sometimes they're like, it's just a step forward. Like they've watched this clip, they've heard this song, it's resonated with them a bit. It's led them closer to God. Like, and sometimes we're doing different parts of that journey, but we have to play our part. And then at one point, God willing, someone will like reap the full harvest and say, you know what, this is the time. And they come to the Lord ready. You know what, Lord, I'm ready. But without all that groundwork, they couldn't get to there. So yeah, man, it's the Lord's work.
We're doing I love that, man. And I guess I know the time is a bit tight, but
okay,
I would love to know like just a little bit. I know I'm kind of switching subject, but just a little bit about your testimony, bro.
Yeah.
Like, where did that, like, what was your journey like? Because I know you probably, just this is an assumption, but you probably grew up in the church.
Yes, that's right. Good assumption.
Niger boy and that.
Come on. Church every Sunday.
But like, I know we touched upon it a few weeks ago, right? I think, but I'd love, if you don't mind, just to kind of share just a little bit about,
100.
Because I know you were, your journey is not, it wasn't smooth sailing, right?
Nah,
so
it wasn't smooth sailing.
I think it's good to share that, just because I know there's a lot of people that probably have been through what you've been through as well.
Yeah.
Practical things,
Yeah, 100%, bro. I'll share. I'd love to share my testimony. So yeah, born and raised in church.
Yeah.
Parents are pastors, so kind of just serving them and so forth. And I got to a certain point, maybe like high school, college time, where things started to, the cracks in what was like a bit of a bubble started to show in a few different departments. So one, like in the church, like I had this mindset that we all believe the same thing and we all act the same way. So yes, we're all together. And then certain things started getting revealed that just confirmed, like, what? Like, this person was doing what? Like, I was like, what? Like, I thought we were all believers here. I thought we all acted. I was like, what? Like, people in church sin? What? So that was just like, it's just mind blowing to me. And then also, I kind of, as I said, I got a bit of a vision from the Lord in terms of what he wanted me to do in my life, in terms of being on stages with microphones and all this sort of thing, performing to people, and also preaching as well, speaking to people. But when I looked around, I didn't really see anyone doing it to the level I felt like I saw. And that put me in a place where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take this and run with it. The Lord's given me this vision. I'm going to take it and run with it and try and bring it to pass in my own will and my own way. And that's it. I'm just going to go and do that. And then also just like having certain conversations with certain people and like being, I get, shall I say led astray, but like just reading certain knowledge and feeling like, oh yeah, there's like greater knowledge beyond Christianity. It's like a deeper knowledge. It's basically Gnosticism, which is like a big heretical thing that was around the time when the church was formed, which is like a deeper knowledge than Christianity. It's like a deeper knowledge behind all these sorts of things. And it's like a bit of a perfect storm. But ultimately, I kind of walked away from it around that time. I remember telling my mum, like, yeah, I don't believe in God anymore. She's like, do you believe in the devil? Is that what you believe in now, the devil? I was like, no, I just don't believe in God anymore. Like, so then, fast forward, I was just kind of doing my own thing. But I feel throughout that whole time, God was near. And I remember a couple of times when, like, I think I maybe like reached out and I felt like he was always there. He was always there. And this is what I always say to people who have walked close to God and kind of be walking away from it. And there's some Christians who like, they come with a certain energy to them and it's like, oh no, they've left it behind. No one did it. It's like, bro, when I was like, God was there. When you had a real relationship with him, he was there. I was doing my own thing. I wasn't submitted. I was walking my own way, but I sensed like God was there. And there's a couple of times when I'd go into church.
Wow.
And the message would be like speaking directly to me. But I wasn't ready to submit at that time.
Right.
I wasn't ready to surrender at that time. And another time I was having like a bit of a panic attack, shall we say. And I kind of reached out and I prayed. I was like, oh, God, help me. And it was like, God was just there, like ready. Like, and then when I sensed it in me, I was like, whoa. Like, I'm not ready.
Come close, but not that close.
Bro, I was like,
hold on.
I'm not ready yet. I was like, nah, I don't want to submit. I don't want to surrender. No, I'm going to do my thing. Okay, cool. I'm all right. So then, long story short, coming to a certain time when it was like the Lord. I remember before I've been a Christian, I've been praying, and I thought the Lord was telling me to move to London for a long while, long while. And I kept trying to make it. I had shows down here. People who were like promoters would help me try and find jobs. It just didn't work. It never worked. And then came to the end of this year, and I just felt the Lord kind of, not even the Lord. Like I remember talking to my mum and having questions. Her, like I feel like I need to make this London move happen. Like I need to make it happen. And it was like the TV was like answering my question. I think I was watching something like 700 or TBN, one of those channels, and I'd have certain questions for it. It's like the TV was like answering. As soon as I'd finished asking the question, the TV was answering the question. Right. And I was like, all right, like maybe God is speaking to me. I don't know. So I quit my job and just focused on trying to get to London, focused, locked in. But it took me like 6 months to kind of retrain, reskill, and kind of get a placement. I finally got a role. And around that time, we were praying actively and so forth.
Right.
And then kind of like moved down to London. And then when I moved down to London, I had to kind of like, I was living a London life for a bit, like that packed sardine tube life, that waking up at like 6 every single day before COVID.
Yeah,
like,
don't like that one, there.
Bro.
Jubilee line.
Jubilee. The breath is hot, bro. Bro, the armpits are smelling, bro.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. We have different perspectives, I reckon, on the tube. Because when I get on the tube, bro, because of you're so tall, there's some tall brothers up there. I was probably one of them ones that were.
Oh, you the one.
I was on the armpit thing. I was on your armpit thing there. Or your issue was just
my bad. Yeah.
I'm sure you wasn't underneath anybody's armpit.
I wasn't. I had to stand right in the center because you know how it kind of curves.
Yeah.
If I don't stand right in the center, I cannot fit on the tube. I'm like keeled over.
Crazy,
yeah. I was doing that life, man. Doing that back. I was like, I just came to be like, why am I here? Like, why am I facing this challenge? Why am I like facing this upward hill, like struggle? Right. Like, what's going on? So basically, I set for myself like 3 kind of goals to kind of, as like, what's the meaning behind this? What's my why? And I'll just say like, one was like kind of getting fit and being like in shape. One was like chasing a dream, like this music thing and making it happen. And the third thing was actually like girls. And I feel like it was like the music and rap, like they kind of propose that as like something to live for, like I get the girls and da. So I kind of set those free and kind of systematically worked through each thing. Like I got really healthy, really fit. With the dream, like I actively like pushed it, but then with the dream, like it kind of been given to me by God. So I kind of describe it a bit as like a laptop without a charger. So when I was plugged into God, it's like energy, and then when I kind of plugged out, like slowly it just died. It just died, and I got to a point where it's like I just didn't really care about it anymore. And then third, like with the girls thing, it just got to a place where like, especially after the second thing, kind of I categorically like think, okay, this is not it for like living. God kind of just reappeared on the scene as like, maybe I am the reason. Maybe I'm what you're kind of looking for. And then I had like, I won't go into the details of what happened, but I had like an interesting experience with this young lady. And then after I was like, you know what, like, yeah, let me try God.
It's always the girls that get you back.
I said, let me try God.
Let me just
yeah.
She did a number on you, yeah?
I was like, yeah, this is my Joan in the Whale experience. I was like, yeah, this is okay.
Let me try man, God. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
Nah, it's cool, man. It's a funny story. But I was like, yeah, like, you know what? This is the time. Let me try God. So then when I messaged one of my friends. I was like, yeah, my parents are telling me, like, all the time my parents tell me, found the church. I was like, okay, cool. I messaged one of my friends, like, yeah, I go to this church, 9 minutes walk from where you live. Right. I was like, man, I can just go on a Sunday.
Right.
And I just got dressed one Sunday, walked into church, and it just like felt very familiar. It felt very like home. And yeah, after a while of attendance, I was like, yeah, this is like, and also there's a community of people that I really resonated with and I vibed with. And I was here in London kind of on my ones, and then I kind of just, after a while of attendance, like, yeah, I just embedded myself and just kind of re-surrendered to God, resubmitted to God, and I kind of categorically knocked out any other thing that could potentially be a reason to not do it.
Yeah.
And interesting though, just to close it out, after I resubmitted to God, the music thing came back up in me like that.
Right.
It just like within a couple of weeks, the desire to make it, the desire to put it out just resurfaced. Like I put all my songs back out.
Wow.
I was like, yo, okay, cool, let's go again. And so,
bro, sometimes, you know, I was speaking to the youth about, the topic was building for eternity. And, you know, I was talking about having a solid foundation. Sometimes you just have to you have to start from scratch and be like, because sometimes you can build something when you don't have a strong foundation. Because a lot of us, like growing up in the church, we piggyback off our parents and da-da-da-da-da.
For real.
And I mean, it's good that we have that thing around us, but I think when it comes to your foundation, your personal relationship with God, that it may not be so strong. So when things start to happen, you're not standing firm. So I think hopefully I'm not speaking for you in the sense, but it was, you resubmitted your life to God, and it was now a thing of like, okay, now I need to start with a firm foundation.
This is my decision. I can fully own it. I fully seen like the other side. I think growing up in church, sometimes you feel like it's a bit of like, oh, the dark side. Like I've not experienced like that side of things.
And you were saying you was a curious person as well. Tie it back to the beginning. Cheeky.
Yeah, I was a curious person. It's like, I don't know, maybe there's a part of it. It's like I had to kind of explore that. And to be fair, I say for anyone watching this, there's nothing there, bro.
Come on.
There's nothing there, man. It's empty. Everything that's showing on the screen, popping the balls,
I can relate to that.
This, that, it's empty, man.
I can definitely relate to that.
It is empty. And if you want to go there and seek it, then... But I can say from here, and have a perspective, it's empty. And I can say, you know what, God has provided so much meaning. I said, I walked into that church. I saw my wife on that day.
Wow.
Literally, like, I walked in. I wasn't looking for girls at that time because I was just kind of coming back to the Lord. But as a man, my radar was active in it. So I came, I was like, right, okay, she's tall, okay, bro. Well, let me just do my thing over here, focus on the Lord. My wife, like, it's been just... When you're following God, man, when you give up things for God, He gives it you back and just 10 times more.
I love that, man.
When I moved to London, I kind of gave up my life. It's giving me back so much more. Wife, we bought a yard, we got married, like holidaying and this and that, man. So, yeah, man, there's nothing on that side. On this side, when you come in a relationship with God, like, it's just up and up and up. So
that's amazing, bro. Come on, man. That's. I'm glad you shared that, man.
Come on, bro.
I'm glad you shared that. Thank you for sharing that, bro.
Man. Hope someone's blessed, man.
I'm sure that well, if anyone isn't, I was. So.
That's it, man. That's it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'm telling you, bro. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, you know, we need to know we need to know what is important, our focus. And, you know, when we're doing the music, we're doing the skits, we're doing the podcast, you know, we shouldn't matter really about numbers. And I think it's even if we impact one person, bro, it's worth it. I think, in my perspective.
I hear that.
And you know, that's what it's all about. That's what we're called to do anyway, bro. So yeah, man. Having said that, obviously our first Mancunian, is that what they call you, them?
Yeah, I'll take that.
First Mancunian rapper on this podcast.
Manny on the map.
You know, I'm gonna ask you to do something. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm just gonna load it up. It's that time, bro. It's that time. So. Yeah, man. Are you ready? Are you ready to give us a little something on the mic?
Always ready.
Let's go.
Black Nigeria is way too heavy. Okay. Right.
All right, let's load it up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Joshui in the building. Let's get it. Look. What do I need to write on? Man are in the dark, we're turning the light on. Come through shining bright, the light ones. Them one of a kind, not one of a type ones. In my own lane, type the back from. Whispering in my ear without the pipe on. That's female, that's Monty Python. In the midst of the noise, they calm my right on. Every step that I step was necessary at times. The burden I carried is heavy. Gotta stay plugged in, no I don't plug out. G-O-D be the P-L-U-G. Soon see we, you know. Hey. More than dreams, I'm speaking the truth, so listen, man. I got a word that's 30. Shout to the one that birthed me, listen, man. Can't control the vision, I'm moving like it has been written, so listen, man. Hey. On the beats like Killian, the shook told the diss like Krillin. Far from playing the villain, just call me the save. Army are rolling, we move on his name and seeking no fame. For message is lame, the only message I proclaim is listen, obey. I call it the Yahweh. Just listen to Yahweh. Be a party. Or should I say party hardly? Worry your stress, we do so much less. Only invest, the rest we've been given. Very alive, still making the killing. The feeling I'm feeling is great. Feel like I finished the food on my plate. Feel like me and destiny on a date. Ring on a finger can never be late. Coming on time can never be late. Results to live in the Yahweh. Do what y'all say. Then we give y'all the praise. Blessings they fall in a lot. Filling my part all the way to the top. Leaving my heart, I'm planning my way. Establish my steps, I know I do not. I know it's just greater than me. It's blatant to see the work I put in is like planting the tree. Next to me is like reaping the tree. I walk in the dark, see bright as can be. Yeah, these are the lessons you learn when you put your life in the urn. Pick up my life, now it shines bright. Not by the power and not by the might, but by the spirit, it's deep in the lyrics. Feeling like I see he in the mirror, can't hear him no clearer. He's telling me listen, obey. I call it the Yahweh. Just listen to Yahweh. Every day we a party. Or should I say party, we hardly. Whether you're stressed, we do so much less. Only invest the time we've been given. Very alive, still making the killing. The feeling I'm feeling is great. Feel like I finished the food on my plate. Feel like me and destiny on the day. Ring on a finger, now choosing the day. Only on time can never be late. Results to live in the Yahweh. Do what y'all say. Then we give y'all the praise. Yeah. Joshui. Chats with Izzy, the creator in the building. Let's get it. Money in the map, money in the building.
Bro, that was a vibe, you know. That was a vibe. That was a vibe.
I do my thing.
Hey, bro, you need to do a little.
Maybe I should.
The track worked, bro.
I performed it at my recent.
With this track?
Yeah, so I've seen the footage in it. I performed it at a recent show, like it's in November last year.
Is this?
And people were going.
Is this the
Peckham Levels? Peckham Levels, M-Fest. And people like,
that must have been mad.
They just ran it, and I was like, you know what? Let's just do it, innit? So I just rapped it, and people were like,
yeah, it's a vibe, bro.
So yeah, man, that's cool, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Come on, man. Thank you so much. Hey, listen. This has been one of my favorite ones. I'm not gonna say favorite because obviously people are gonna start at me, but it was one of my favorite ones. Bro.
I appreciate it, bro, man.
I enjoyed it. Bro.
You're a dope guy, man. You're a dope guy, man.
Likewise, man. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, hopefully we can do another one at some point,
bro. 100%. As I said, like I'm not actively releasing this year. I'm taking time out, so forth. But when I come to that time period, I'll be back, bro. Hit me, bro.
On, and you're only down the road as well. Well,
I don't know how
no. Compared to others.
Okay, yes, definitely.
Compared to others, trust me. Some people have done a commute here, bro.
Because, like, public transport, commute down. Or
public transport, driving from, like, Midlands, blood.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. Honestly. Humbled. That's
a day trip, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
People coming for your platform, bro.
Bro, come on. Look, listen, it's still early. It's still early days, but
yeah.
I just, for me, the vision really is that there's a hub, there's a place to go to, like for Christian believers, young, old, whoever, that they can just they can benefit from. They can still have a laugh.
Yeah, 100.
They can have entertainment. I think as humans, it's important that we have that. We're inclined, we're drawn to entertainment.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think something that is still orientate, like Jesus-centered and orientated. So the vision really is that, that hopefully this platform can facilitate that with podcasts, with interviews, shows, whatever it may be.
100%, bro.
So it's still early days, but let's see what happens. So
Lord, you know what, bro? Lord, I just pray you bless my bro here. This is the creator. Amen. Just pray, favor him, shine your light on him. Like as he continues to step in this direction.
Amen.
He just bless the resource, bless the river, just expand it, give him the capacity to manage everything that's going to come his way. This platform, as he continues to humble himself and surrender himself to you, Father God, that you'd bring into greatness. And that greatness looks in the kingdom is serving loads of people. It's not necessarily like high and lifted up and making all the money. It's actually, no, it's lower and it's just serving loads and loads of people. So I pray, bro, you just have a heart of a servant, Lord. Just continue to pour into your hands, man. So that's it, man. That's it.
Thank you so much, bro.
Come on, bro.
Servanthood, bro. Maybe that's another one, another talk.
Another day.
I'm telling you, man. But I appreciate you, bro. And,
come on, bro. Thank you for having me.
Yes, man. Guys, make sure to check out his stuff as well. As I said, he's taking a little bit of a break, but as a person, if you have any questions or if you just want to reach out, I think you're going to still be about in it.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm going to put you in the description and everything like that where they can reach you on that. But guys, blessings until the next one. Thanks, guys.